Welcome back to the Voice of Metal, where we talk about all things metal. I guess I get that set up a little wrong before I got started, so I apologize for that. And you guys are probably not here. Well, nobody's here yet. But as far as the live version, but when you see it at the beginning, you'll probably see it where I mess it up a little bit, but that's okay. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. I got some news that's rather interesting. One is one I'm sure a lot of people already know about, which it happened a little while ago. Was the announcement from Megadeth where they were going to do one final album and they were going to do one final tour for that album. And then I guess Dave Mustaine is no longer going to continue any longer because he's going to retire, I guess. Which is sad because I know his main and only goal, I think more than anything else, was to beat Megadeth. I mean, Metallica with their songs. So with that said, I'm hoping that one he has a really phenomenal album to go out on. And I'm hoping that all you guys will help support him with that and maybe even more. So please make sure you do that for him because I think he deserves that. I think he's a wonderful person that I know of. I know I've heard some stories where he might not be all, this, that, and the other. That sometimes he's hard to work with sometimes, but that's okay. I think everybody has their times where that happens, where we get so into what we do that they might get a little, you know. But anyway, number two, and I don't know his name. I forgot. I met him out and about. And also a friend of mine kind of introduced me to him because he was talking about music and this, that, and the other metal, and he mentioned about my channel. And apparently, his son has his own band. And I don't know if he'll watch or anything. I did give him my channel so he could look it up and see because I think, even though that I don't have a huge audience myself yet, he wants some honest opinions about the music that they're doing. And I got to hear some of it, and actually, I liked it a lot. Depends on you guys. I think that makes a huge, huge thing, right? Oh, thank you. It's the violent hour. I was gonna wear my other one, but then it. Long story. I ain't gonna get into all that. It's about my cat. She's not doing so good. She gets sick, so I have to give her medicine for certain things. And yeah, it's not always things that I have to change clothes every once in a while if something happens. So, a long story. Anyway, so yeah, I'm not wearing the shirt I was originally going to wear because it got dirty. We'll put it that way. Anyway, hello, how's it going, everybody? More rock, less talk. Well, we are going to have a list of bands that are for the road. We'll talk about bands that we might not heard of, maybe have. I think some of these may be ones I was hoping to get some bands that were not as well known, so that way you guys have something new to listen to besides just the normal everyday things like Megadeth, which the announcement was, and also the one young man's band that he's starting off himself, and I'm hoping he reaches out to me. If I don't, I kind of think I can maybe get a hold of his father, or I'll see him sooner or later. Is what I mean. So we'll see what happens under certain things. Anyway, number 20 is Bleeding in the Blur, Nothing Face. It's making what? And I'm making a point here. This is one, two. Okay. I think my list is a little screwed up a little bit. New disease is from Spine Shank. Number 19 is, and this one. Sorry, this one really. These are that good. Oh, I don't know. It's supposed to be about the song, but apparently not. It's for the road. Anyway, my summer number 18 is Shove It. I'm assuming that's from Shove It from. I think Static X, I believe, are from the Deftones, and so does this one for real, though. It's perfect for the road. There you go. I was wanting more information about the song itself. Number 17, When It Comes Around, Little Nino. Yes, this song is so perfect for the playlist that it deserves to be on it twice. Okay. It comes twice. What? Okay, that's weird. I'm not going to do that twice. But anyway, jeez. Number 16 is Fire. It's from Union Underground. The songs driving industry rigged riff and raw shouted vocals make it more powerful and aggressive. Um, wow, I am so out of it. Um, that feels like it's fueling your car itself. Okay. Anyway, let's see here. Lane, The Offspring, the punk influenced rock track that has raw, fast paced energy that is perfect for a short, chaotic blast of speed and rebellion, which is cool. I am doing really well, by the way. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't see your message, Max. Jack to the Max. How's everybody else doing? I wish the live text was a little bit longer. It'd be so much better. Tearaway. See what we got here. Oh, wait a minute here. Loco. No, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Okay, here we go. Push It. This is one that everybody should know. From Static X, a pounding industrial laced rhythm with repulsive guitar work that feels like a machine that is built for speed and power, an ideal anthem for the highway, which is cool. I like that because it is. It's definitely that. And I used to listen to it all the time when I was driving, along with a few other major bands and songs that I used to listen to, and I still do. Plus, I usually listen to quite a few different songs on the road myself personally. Loco is from Coal Chamber. It's a manic, off kilter rhythm and infectious chaos makes it perfect for a song for frantic, high energy drive, almost like a chaotic dance. It's cool, right? Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. That's really cool. Sorry. Number 12 is Tear Away from Drowning Pool while Bodies is more well known. This song's moody verse, explosive chorus built a powerful sense of tension and release, perfect for a dramatic high energy drive for Tearaway. I don't know if I've heard that one, to be honest with you. I have no Drowning Pool, and I definitely know Bodies, which is the more well known song from them. And yeah, it's one of those things that might be good to listen to something different. That's what I've been wanting to do for a while is to listen to old songs, at least bands songs that I usually like, and try to listen to some of the ones I've never heard before, like the deep cuts that are usually out there, which is great. And just in case you guys don't know what a deep cut is, basically what a deep cut is albums that they usually don't play on the radio that much or is not well known by people. It's usually not their major hits, it's the ones that are on the album that people kind of ignore. So if you do play a whole album, you might find something you might like. Who knows, right? What's that? $20? $20? Is that for a tip? 30 $30 from lead paint. Do I get donations now? That's cool. If I do, that'd be awesome. I could use it, especially after I bought me a new phone. So hopefully that'll make things even better, right? Especially with out on the road. There are more. There's more. There's more, and there's more. Local lead paint. I like that. Let's see here. What we got here? Do. Where were we at? Prong. Oh, cutthroat. Severed from the Misfits. The tight rhythmic intensity of raw aggression of this song feels like a relentless percussive force pushing you forward, great for managing at a high speed. This is called cutthroat. Uh, Number 9 is severed from the Misfits. Did I say that? Oh yeah, severed. That was what it was. I'm sorry. I lost track where I was at. The red from Chevelle is a pulsating bass line. An explosive, emotionally charged chorus creates a powerful, broad atmosphere for a long journey, especially through a moody landscape. There you go. Cool, right? Thanks for the 50, thanks for the 30, and thanks for the 20. I like that. That is so cool. Number 7 is my own summer shove it for Deftones, which is definitely cool, kind of like Chevelle's. This track is brooding, sludgy groove and hypnotic repetition, creating a powerful, immersive atmosphere for a focused for late night drives. There you go. Let's see here. Number 6 is All That We Could Have Been from the Butterfly Effect, which I don't think I've heard many songs from the Butterfly Effect, to be honest. So it's not one of my go to bands, but hey, you never know. Might be good. A soaring logic, I can't say it again, metal track that builds with a powerful, epic feeling. Ideal for when you are cruising on an open road with a sense of freedom, which is pretty awesome, right? Let's see here. Unbelievable is the from the Union Underground. That's number 5. The song's heavy, swaggered rhythm and defiant vocals make it a perfect soundtrack for a confident and unstoppable drive. Um, I am local from Little Nino. I think that might be the one that we repeat because it's so good, apparently. With its fast paced, treble, rhythmic drumming, and chaotic, aggressive energy, this song feels like a burst of adrenaline. Perfect for a sudden acceleration on the highway. Yeah, I think I remember this because I remember the sudden acceleration. Number 3 is The Bleeding in the Blur, sorry, Nothing Face, which is kind of an interesting name for a band, don't you think? I mean, Nothing Face? Kind of reminds me of some of the other ones. There was something I heard not too long ago. I go, okay, that's an interesting name for a band. Like kind of like Hobgoblin. If you haven't heard of Hobgoblin before, they're got a unique sound. And the guy dresses up like a goblin himself. You know, he plays around that. Kind of like Max Sabbath is another one that's got an unusual name, but a very they play Black Sabbath songs from, of course, the late Ozzy Osbourne, and I'm sure they're honoring him in some way, shape, or form with their musical talent. I think, but they do it and make it sound like McDonald's songs, which is kind of interesting. I think. So Nothing Face, chosen for his thick, churning guitar groove and raw, intense intensity. This track feels like a relentless engine pushing forward, making it an ideal anthem for a powerful and aggressive drive, which is really cool, right? I think so. And thanks for the love and the likes. I appreciate it. It means a lot. Number 2, When It Comes Around from Lil Nino. I think that's how you say it, Nino. Lillnino. I hope I said that right. The song's rhythmic blend of Latin percussion with a heavy pulsing groove comes from gives it a unique feel with a both aggressive and hypnotic. Great for maintaining focus during a long journey, which is kind of cool. That's different. Number 1 is New Disease, Spine Shank. This track is a masterclass in an industrial new metal with a mechanical piston like rhythm and cold, driving beat that creates a sense of high speed, purpose, and perfect for dominating the asphalt. And that reminds me of some of the Metallica. So there was a Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire from Metallica. I think that's one for sure. I think there's another one that's kind of relatable to that. And also, I know I had a list that had more well known bands, and I think one of the ones that I think were on the list was fairly good is Symphony of Destruction. I think that would be a good one for the road. Push It from Static X, which I think we had. Locust from Machine Head is definitely severed from the Misfits. Try to think another one. Bleeding in the Hall from Nothing. I think I already talked about that one. Toxicity from System of the Down. A Little Piece of Heaven from Avenged Sevenfold, which that's definitely good. Wait and Bleed, Psychosocial from Slipknot. Um, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones. Blood and Thunder from Mastodon. Red from Shoel. I think we already talked about that one. Locust Sphere. Severed Wired. Okay, that one we've heard. Stoop from Snot. Yeah, right. Anyway, that also reminds me. Tonight I was going to watch a concert, and I think it was in a venue that's not really meant for, it's not designed for that. It's more like a restaurant, kind of like the Black Sky Brewery in Denver, which I saw some really great bands there. I thought they were awesome. You guys saw them too because I kind of did a little clip for you guys, kind of give you a sample, a tease, and I think I screwed up the first band's name, I believe, because I didn't know the band's lineup. So I need to go and ask somebody from security just what's the band lineup if you know it, because that helps out a lot. Because sometimes when people are singing or they're talking at the very beginning, you don't always catch the band's name, or they're saying it to where you can barely understand them because they got their mic too close or something. They're not very clear, but they should be very clear with their vocals when it comes to their band, so people know who they are before they get started. I think that's, and maybe the intro to all the band members. I think that's important for every band to do, and make sure you can understand that part of it at least. Then when you get into heavy music, then it's like who cares, right? Well, I mean, it's important to know the words to the song, which I always do. I always like that. But yeah, there's a band that I forgot it's Witch Bog, I think is what it was called. I'll have to look it up later. But it was rather interesting when they had Witch in there. I couldn't find any of their music, and it's a local Colorado Springs band, which I didn't know existed. I mean, I just discovered it. It was on Bands in Town for tonight, and the thing is, I couldn't find any of their music, which really sucks because I wanted to hear what they sounded like because that would have made it. For me personally, I gotta listen to. I usually try to listen to some of the songs from the bands that I watch, especially ones like, say, if I'm watching Machine Head and there's a band that's playing opening for them. If I know who they are, it may not the local bands because I won't know that far ahead. Because usually they don't list them on the list. They usually just mention the bands are opening, so the local opening bands don't always show up on there. But yeah, it's one of those things where if I did, I would definitely check it out. So that way I know who they are and I know what they sound like, because to me that's important. Yeah, if you don't know that, then at least you kind of have a feel for their musical style. And actually, one band really impressed me more than their recordings because it sounded better than I thought. Kind of like I was telling somebody else about the video from Sleep Token. It was rather interesting. I saw a guy. He's got his guitar like this, and he's playing like this. It's moving around on his guitar while he's playing, and he sounded really good. I was like, okay, why is it that I listen to the music, it sounds one way, and then this guy's playing in the band with his guitar and his camera, and it sounds totally different to me, because it sounds really cool. I mean that was really impressive. I liked it a lot. So maybe I may somebody told me that Sleep Token's old stuff is actually more heavy than their newer stuff. And they're probably doing that to get more viewers, more audience, more people interested in the band. That's why they've gotten so big. And it's like somebody used to tell me sometimes bands, as he calls it, selling out. I don't know. I think everybody's got, I think sometimes they want to get some recognition out there, so they want to try to make something that most people listen to, not just certain people, which I can kind of see, but I don't know if it's selling out or not. To be honest, it's a business move. It is a business, but yeah, it's a business that they enjoy. But you got to enjoy what you're doing. So if they're not enjoying it, there's no point in doing it. Even if you become super famous and super huge, So stick with your guns, including what other people tell you. There is one person in particular I'm thinking about just now. It just popped in my hand, Yeah, this one right here, the Violent Hour. She left a metal band, and she's doing more of a, I would say, late '80s, '90s kind of feel with a little bit of a metal vibe to it. It kind of reminds a mixture of a few different things, like I can't think of it. Probably like the ones we all grew up with in the '80s, but not super heavy. There, it's kind of um, it's a little bit different. It's kind of a mixture. I don't know how to place it, but Hell or Hollywood is really good. Some of the other ones are, the later ones on the EP were good, but I don't know if they're phenomenal. But I didn't mind it. I think I have to. It has to grow on me. A lot of songs are like that. I mean, even some of the songs like "Frantic" from Metallica was one of the ones I didn't care for when I first heard it, but after a while, it kind of grew on me, and even reminds me of what she was mentioning on her own band before the Butcher Bees. Um, Monsters Ball was one she didn't particularly care for, but later on it grew on her a little bit. She goes, actually, I started to grow to like it a lot. And she was playing herself. So it's kind of interesting how that can happen, where I think you see things or you hear things you didn't realize, and you kind of get this thing going with it. Kind of like, I said frantic. That's what it was, frantic. It was so different from what they've played before. I was saying, what possessed them to go that way, right? And I think what it is like to me personally, my feelings on it is that the what do they call that, the Garage Days Revisited um, music that they played that was kind of covers for other bands like the Misfits and Turn the Page. I forgot who sang that originally. I know it, but I just can't think of it. Devil's Dance and So What, or So F and What, depending on who you talk to. I mean, based on the song, that's what it is, but I can't say that too much. But anyway, yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of a little more raw, unfiltered, more rough. I guess you could say it's a rough sound. And I think for me personally, when I hear a song on the radio or whatever, there's a lot of songs that sound great, right? But there's some songs, and I haven't heard anything really, ones that just jump out at me and grab me by the you know what's, the bees. I ain't gonna say it, but you know what I'm talking about, the bees. Yeah, and it makes me actually want to sit there and just like, whoa, that was freaking phenomenal. And there's very few of those. That's one of the things. There's great songs out there. Actually, I did hear one from Arch Enemy that I hadn't heard before, and actually, I did like that one a lot. It was a little bit different. It wasn't that much. I think System did that to me years ago. Um, some Slipknots, of course. Wait and Bleed was definitely one of them, because I think that was an iconic sound. It's just the energy. It's just different. And it's not so much heavy as it was the the spontaneity of the sound. I think that's a lot of it. I think the ups, downs, lows, highs. It basically takes on this roller coaster whirlwind of freaking music, right? And I'm sure you guys all agree with me on that. I mean, the ones that are most memorable are the ones that do that for you. It kind of gives you this whole experience of music. It's kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody, of course. It's the it's the it's the energy that it provides. I think that one's probably the most iconic song. Oh, and it's not even a metal song. It's a hard. Well, not really hard. It's operatic. I think that's what it is. It's just different. I think even some of the Beatles and even Jandine, all these other ones, it depends on who it is. Some are kind of, and some are not. So that's kind of my thing. But anyway, um, I think those make hits. I think those are the ones that people realize. And also, that reminds me, I almost forgot, and I didn't want to forget it, was Baby Metal. Actually, I don't know which song it is, hit number 9 on the Billboard charts for a metal band, right? Kind of, we're hitting like a Metallica style thing. So I don't know if it was somebody that was singing with them on that song. I'd have to find out which one it is. Yeah, but that's kind of interesting. They've been playing for a while and stuff, and it's like That's so cool to have a metal song on the Billboard list. So that's what I'm talking about. Those are the things that, maybe some people may not, certain hardcore metal fans might not like, but when it comes to everybody listening, kind of like, I hate to say Ghost is one of those bands that actually a lot of people do like. Same with Sleep Token. There's a lot of young women out there that like that. I think I know why. It's just the boy band mentality is what it is. That's how I perceive it. He's got great vocals. I'm not gonna sit here and say he doesn't. Great. He's a phenomenal singer, very good. Um, but what he brings to the table is like 99 Kills. There's a couple other ones that I like the vocals. Now, like Veil of Amaya, that's one I just recently listened to, and the one thing that surprised me that when he sung live, he kind of went over a little bit on the high end. If he would have kept it, either practice a little bit more to get it within range. It seemed like he was kind of breaking up a little bit with the high notes. He would have done a lot better job. I think he could have kept it just down a little bit more, even though I know he's trying to impress people. I think with his vocals. Um, and then he does his really heavy stuff. Now, the one band that impressed me most, and I didn't even go there to see him, is Brand of Sacrifice. It was freaking awesome. I mean, he was really good. And if you like something a little different, and even in the music that they play, I've listened to some of their other songs just afterwards. They have this unique sound. You'll know when it's them. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the things. One is um, your your stick, your showmanship, your basically what you're known for, and make it your own, make it unique. I think the dramatics of the songs is important. The guitar riffs I think are important, like run-ons and stuff like that, things like that. Just um, and maybe some unique little perspectives. Um, a lot of people end up adding certain little doodad things in there, and really that doesn't impress me that much. I mean, you can add little things to make it, like Havoc does that with one of their songs where they have this news broadcaster at the beginning, which is fine. It kind of plays into the actual theme of the song, but it's not always necessary. You don't have to. It's as long as you got a good, good music. That's what makes it. That's what makes it important. But anyway, so I guess I'm gonna get going because I've only had three of you now instead of 9 or 10 or 15 or whatever it was before. I think I saw quite a few people on here for a little while. Maybe I bored them to death. I don't know. And lead paint gave me 50, 30, and 20. Amber, thank you for watching too. I appreciate it, and all the other people. We got Jax to the Max, Sammy VR. I forgot to say hello to the VR, so I apologize for that. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for liking and subscribing, and please do so if you haven't done so already. Um, with that further ado, we're gonna say good night, farewell. Don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe, like I said before, and I will see you tomorrow and we'll see what happens. Hopefully, maybe I get a little sample of the one gentleman's son's music to play for you guys. I think that'd be cool. Maybe he can get some feedback. I think that's awesome. I think that'd be great. I would love to do that for him if he's willing to do that. I mean, I don't know about copyright things and this, that, and the other. Be as far as protection goes, you might want to do a little clip just to give some people some a taste of what it sounds like, not the whole song, because you want people to kind of salivate from the music to see what it sounds like, the whole thing. So when they release it, then they'll be all set, right? So take care, have a good night, and thanks again for watching. And you guys take care, and don't forget to headbang, like, and subscribe, and enjoy your metal concerts out there. Okay, bye. See ya.